Hello and welcome to another edition of Sand Shark Bites. I'm your host, Justin Jarrett, and joined, as always, by the man in the red coat, James A. Duffy. Duffy?
How we doing?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm very well. We're heading into the last third of the semester, and things are picking up for us, both on the field and off the field, academics and athletics, all driving for this last few weeks before some of our favorite students are going to graduate.
Yeah, absolutely. Less than a month until finals week, right? 3 weeks.
It's 32 days until graduation, so 31 days till graduation.
You really are counting it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be 28 days by the time this airs. Friday night, it'll be 28 days.
There you go.
Yeah, so 4 weeks from today, tune in for graduation because we are graduating some great students, and it's going to be, I'm going to cry probably just a little bit.
Yeah, that's a bittersweet thing for me. It makes me sad when I start thinking about senior days, and those are coming up. We'll start them off this weekend, actually. We'll have track and field senior day at softball on Saturday. I believe is the plan.
Track and field they're being represented at softball. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The plan this season, we started it in the fall with cross country being recognized at a soccer game, and then we're going to recognize men's and women's golf at a baseball game on the 9th. We're going to recognize track and field at a softball game on the 2nd. Because those sports don't have the spectator presence, so to speak, we're going to have them a senior recognition during one of those spectator sports.
And it's also Missy Hughes' senior day.
Missy Hughes Day?
Missy Hughes Day on Saturday, and Whitley Martin on Friday, April 1st.
There you go.
So we got a bunch of seniors that are just
now,
fantastic.
Let's give a blanket caveat. Because there are softball games scheduled, USCB softball games, there is a 100% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday as we speak.
2 weekends in a row.
Keep an eye on USCBathletics.com. Keep an eye on USCB Athletics on Twitter, and we'll keep you apprised of any changes. If I were a betting man, and I'm not really a betting man per se, if I were, I would suggest that it's most likely that those Friday and Saturday games will be pushed to Sunday and Monday. But we shall see. We're going to wait until Thursday to make that determination and see if the forecast changes.
I'm with you.
So there's your weather update. We're trying to be predictive. Yes. And as you can see, there's a low pressure system moving in from the Rockies and should be arriving here on Friday just in time to rain out softball. So, but softball, even though they've been rained out a few times, they didn't get them in at Thomas last weekend. They didn't get them in the weekend before that when Kaiser and St. Thomas were supposed to come here. Things are looking up. They're above 500.
Sitting on top of a streak.
They are. I think 4 in a row.
4 in a row.
4 in a row.
Fantastic.
Feels like that was ages ago that we got to 4 in a row. But they still have not played a conference game as we get ready to flip the calendar to April. So that's kind of crazy. We're joking in the office that they should just scrap the conference season, allow all 8 teams into the tournament, and let's just go play the conference tournament and be done with it.
That's a brilliant solution in its simplicity. Occam's razor slices every time.
Well, there's only one automatic berth for the conference anyway, and the tournament champion gets it. So the regular season, in essence, means nothing. Of course, it is meaningful, but in terms of postseason play, it means nothing. So let's just go do it.
Let's do it.
Let's draw them out of a hat and play them up. So we are running out of makeup dates, so hopefully no more rainouts. Otherwise, there's going to be some prolonged stays in some exotic locales, and people are going to miss a lot of classes, and it's going to be ugly. Ugly, ugly.
But it's great now. Life is good right now.
Yeah.
The schedule we've got and the teams are playing and everybody's firing on all cylinders. It's exciting all the time right now on campus with the way the softball and then baseball.
Yeah.
And everybody is.
Absolutely. And if softball does get to play this weekend, whenever they get to play, it'll be Southeastern, which is I think currently ranked 13th in the nation, somewhere around there, top-ranked team in the conference, and then Warner, which is off to a 3-1 start in conference play, should both be coming in here. So we should have some competitive matchups this weekend and get a little bit of a feel for how things might shake out in the conference.
This will be the weekend that tells the tale.
Yes, and a big weekend for baseball as well. You mentioned how well they've been playing. A new high water mark for the program, number 6 in the country as of Tuesday. Previous high was number 7. And
is that before they headed into their games with Bruton Parker?
It came out during the first game.
Okay.
Yeah, the rankings came out during the first game, and then they went on and beat Bruton Parker 6-0 and 10-1. So the tally for the season now up to 97-7 in 6 games, and we're done with the season series. So pretty good route of the Barons, I would say.
Yeah, this was a rebuilding year for the Barons.
Indeed, indeed. It was a tough season for them. They'll get that program back on track for sure. Our program is chugging right along.
Bad. We are on track and moving forward.
On fire. Number 6 in the nation, as we mentioned, 29-4 overall, 11-1 in conference, but it's about to get really tough. We've got a trip to St. Thomas down in Miami this weekend, playing 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday now, a little schedule change there. They'll get started at 3 o'clock on Friday. Big series, number 24 in the country against number 6. Defending national runner-up St. Thomas last year, so it's going to be a tough challenge between them. We got Weber International coming here next weekend. We've got Southeastern still on the schedule, another team that's been ranked in the top 25 this year. Warner's been better this year, and we got a little trip to number 1 in the nation, Georgia Gwinnett, one weekend. So this team's going to be tested, and by the time the postseason rolls around, it's going to be trial by fire.
Yeah, but great looking team.
Absolutely.
And lots of people to step in and take the places.
Maybe not so much aesthetically, but
not Charlie McGinnis
but
with his face right now.
playing the baseballs. They're good at playing the baseballs. There are some mustaches on the team right now that should really not exist. Joe Schaffhauser, I'm looking at you. There are a few others that are little Yankee, little Ganky kind of.
Little Yankle.
Yeah, I would fit right in with them. That's not a good sign. It's not a good look, guys.
But they're doing great. So,
but baseball-wise, looking good.
But otherwise, looking good on the field.
Absolutely. 3 big ones at St. Thomas this weekend. You heading down to Howey in the Hills, Florida, to watch some USCB golf this weekend?
Probably not going to make it to Florida this weekend. We've got family in from out of town. So.
Well, the men, they have a busy week. They just came off playing Monday, Tuesday. Where were they at? They were in, I've already lost it, North Alabama, Muscle Shoals. They were in Muscle Shoals, did pretty well in a D2 tournament there, tied for 5th. Seth Rockwell, the patriarch of the program, old man Seth Rockwell, even older than Judd, I believe.
I don't know. Judd's pretty old.
He tied for 16th, so a good showing for him. Good to see him really show up for that one. And they're turning right back around, going down to Florida. Men and women will both be down at Mission Inn Resort in Howey in the Hills, probably one of my favorite town names, Howey in the Hills,
I had to
Florida.
look at that twice. It's like, is that right?
It's all hyphenated, too. It's kind of odd. Yeah.
So looking forward to some more real great play from all of them. And seeing.
Yeah, they'll be going Friday through Sunday down there. Women ranked 7th in the country. They were surpassed by baseball now as the highest ranked program on campus. So I know they'll be trying to change that around. And the men at 17th this week. So trying to get some good criteria to move up in the rankings and hopefully be in position for an at-large bid to nationals if they don't win the whole shindig down at the Sun Conference Championship.
That's right.
So that's going well. And then our favorite.
Track and/or field.
Yes, track and/or field. They'll be in action
momentarily.
Yes. This afternoon, we're shooting on Wednesday afternoon. They'll be at the Savannah State Twilight. So you'll be able to check uscbathletics.com, get the results on that one. Not the full squad going over. Some of the folks who have already done some qualifying are not going to be there, but last weekend was a great weekend for them. They went to UNF, North Florida, down in Jacksonville on Friday and had 3 national qualifying marks. Now 2 of those had already qualified but moved up from B standard to A standard. That'd be Anthony Vecchio in the steeplechase and Betsy Douglas in the 1500. They're both qualified in the A standard.
Not surprising in the slightest on either one of those. I mean,
no.
Except for Vecchio being in the steeplechase, which is just...
Yeah, but he's a beast in it.
Yeah.
He's a total beast in it. And Nick O'Neill also ran steeple and qualified with the B standard, so 3rd straight year he'll go to nationals in that event. And actually his 2nd time in that event. Last year he went in the marathon, which was he was not properly trained for. So he was very motivated to qualify in the steeple so he doesn't have to run the marathon. And then Taylor Superior broke a school record. I think it was the first time she competed in the 400-meter hurdles, and she broke the school record there. And
it's good to see for her, especially being out on crutches all is the soccer season, for her to get out and
yeah, she still hasn't quite reached her potential or what I know her previous personal bests were from high school and junior college in the high jump. She's still getting that back a little bit, but I think it's coming along, and she's a heck of an athlete. So it's exciting to see, and hopefully they'll keep it up next couple of weekends and send a big old contingent down to nationals.
And kind of wrapping up the sports, I just want to make a comment about soccer right now and their influence on USCB politics.
Yes.
Our outgoing student body
They
president.
will rule the school once again.
Pascal Roca, our goalie from last year, who did such a tremendous job for us and then served as president of the SGA. She's going out, and then we had our elections this year, and it was a slate of soccer players, really two. But Caroline Bowman, who's going to be now our new president.
Kind of a frightening thought.
Yeah.
No offense, Bowie.
But last year's Bowman would really terrify you as president.
Yes.
I think seeing over this year what she's done and how she's grown and matured and
I just hope they don't give red cards to SGA presidents.
And then the vice president. In the contested race was Poppy Miller.
You can't beat Poppy Miller in a popularity contest. Are you kidding me?
No. So we're excited to see that leadership. Again, we say this all the time, both on and off the field.
Yeah, soccer rules the school, man.
Yeah.
What do you know?
What do you know?
Who will follow in their footsteps?
That's right.
Speaking of kids who will make you cry when they graduate, Pascal Roca. I mean, if I don't expect to be here on graduation day. I usually am out of town for some event or another, but if I were and I saw that kid, I'd probably just blubber like an idiot.
Yeah, I have had about 70 of our 230 graduates come through one of my classes, and this is gonna be a rough one for me.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
Is this your first graduating class? Is this
last year was my first big.
Mark?
Last year was my first big class, and that was rough. This one's gonna be rougher.
Yeah. These are kids that I've seen all the way through as well. So it's getting tough. It's getting tough. But that's what we do. That's what we do. We prepare them. And 4 years to prepare them for the next 40, right?
That's the exact point.
We send them off into the world, and
they can't stay here forever.
And then we see them come back, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful when we get to see them come back. So. Good stuff is happening.
And homecoming's just getting better and better.
Yeah.
That softball alumni versus team game last year, we're going to try and broadcast that for you next year.
Absolutely.
That was the best thing in USCB athletics.
We'll just try to cut away if there are any
cursing,
vomiting shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times are happening, and yeah, it's an emotional season because you get down to the end of the season, when teams lose, whenever that happens, unless you're the national champ, which we've never had one yet, it usually ends on a sour note and a sad note, and so it gets pretty emotional around here.
Started to think about softball last year. That's just going to make me cry.
It was devastating. It really was. So. But good things are happening. We're looking forward to a great conclusion to the season, and you know what else I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to catching up with Carlo.
I've been looking forward to catching up with Carlo for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks we've been looking forward to this, and we're still trying to coax him out of his shell to go talk to some other teams, but he had to catch up with baseball again because those are his boys. And he came up with some good stuff this week. He wanted to ask the baseball team if they went on a team camping trip, who would get lost, and you might notice a correlation between who would get lost and who would be the worst presidential candidate. Those kind of go hand in hand. And who would you want leading the expedition to find you if you were the one who was lost? And then, of course, he had to bring it back to the Ozerski brothers. So you get to hear from both the Ozerskis this week, as well as a number of other characters on the baseball team. So let's do it. Let's catch up with Carlo. Coming up next on Sand Shark Bites.
Hey, it's Carlo Prusa. Welcome back to Catching Up with Carlo. Today, we're going to catch up with the baseball team, and we're going to ask them what would happen if they went on a team camping trip. If Coach Lou was to take the team on a team camping trip, who would be the guy who would probably get lost?
Tyndall.
Definitely Colin Tyndall, 100%.
I would definitely have to go with Colin Tyndall. Definitely Colin Tyndall, without a doubt.
Definitely Tyndall.
Probably everyone's answer is Tyndall.
Eric Ozerski for sure.
I'm gonna say Paxton.
Dylan Yankel.
Lou. for sure.
Lou's going to get lost
Yeah,
on his own
Lou's-
camping trip?
Lou's getting lost, 100%.
Why, is Lou not an outdoorsy guy?
No, not at all. He thinks he is, but he's not. He's from Pensacola.
Is he not a very outdoorsy guy?
He's not an indoorsy guy either.
Oh. So if he sees a snake or a possum or a raccoon on the ground, would he go up and try to pet it or something like that?
Yeah, when he was little, he tried to pet a cat, and it got him, and stitches, and yeah, he's a danger to himself.
It's Tyndall. He just get lost. He'd find a way to get lost. Put it that way.
He has not a clue about the woods. Not a clue. He's from Ohio.
Would he go up to like wild animals like raccoons and possums and try to pet them or something?
Absolutely. Probably be a turtle as a friend.
Why would Colin Tyndall get lost?
Because he still doesn't know whether to make a left or right to get to school out of our apartments.
If you were lost, who would you want to lead the rescue mission to find you?
I'm gonna go with Cortezes.
That's right.
He's got a little hillbilly in him. I feel like he could know his way around any environment we were stuck in.
If they got time to kill, they're out trying to kill something out in the woods. So that's the best place to go.
Justin's a redneck that likes to live in the woods and probably would be able to find it.
That's a redneck. He would find me real quick.
Would he bring his truck and go through the woods?
Oh yeah, bring multiple trucks, maybe some guns. He'd bring everything.
Because he's an outdoorsy guy, he rides a truck, probably could find me.
If you were lost, who would you want to lead the rescue mission to find you?
Me. Absolutely. Maybe Julio.
Do you think Julio has a
Oh
lot?
yeah, he's primal. He's got it.
Does he have woods experience?
I hope he does.
If you were lost, who would you not want to lead the rescue mission to find
Tyndall. Because he'd get lost trying to find me.
Oh, Tyndall.
Colin Tyndall.
you? Why is that?
He's pasty, he gets sunburned. We'd have to take care of him.
Probably either Dylan Yanko or Colin Tyndall.
Definitely Yankel.
I'd have to go with Yankel.
Why would Yankel mess it up?
Yeah, he definitely was. He never knows where he's going anyway. He's always late.
So when he was out, he didn't even have his shoes tied. He'd trip and fall and probably die on a stick or something sticking out the ground. He'd be a bad choice for leading your church party, period. Just a bad guy.
Definitely Goro. John Goro.
Why would Gore's not good in the woods?
No, and he won't ever leave me alone either.
Oh, probably Tommy Escobar. He'd probably forget, go off on his own adventure or something.
Oh, so he'd do his own thing.
Yeah, and it's about me, not him. So Keith, definitely. He'll get lost on the way trying to look for me.
And then there'd be no Ozerski brothers?
Nope. No Zerski's brothers ever again.
If you were lost, who would you not want to look for you?
Zerskis, Yankel, Tyndall, any of those four.
All four of them?
All of them, yeah.
Are
I'd be
you-
screwed.
So are you, if they look for you, are you just lost? You're
No,
gonna stay
yeah,
lost?
lost for good. Me and Lou would just be lost together.
Lastly, what would happen if the Ozerski brothers were in charge of the rescue mission?
We'd all be dead. Whoever was out there would be dead, no doubt. Or they'd try to find a girl of some weird tribe and hit on them or some weird stuff like that. I don't know. They're weird boys, so
Do you think they would try to find like different species? Like, would it have to be human?
I think they're their own species, honestly, but that's just my personal opinion of the matter.
Oh, man, I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead.
God help me. Hope I can find my way out.
I would run away even if he found me.
You'd run away from your brother?
Yeah.
Would you call your third brother that's not here? Would he be of any assistance?
No. I'd live in the trees with some monkeys or something.
If you were lost, who would you want to come and look for you?
Nobody would look for me because I have no friends. And I'll be just stranded all by myself and no food, nothing. And that's about it.
Wait, Keith wouldn't even come and look for you?
No, I don't like Keith that much, even though he's my brother.
And that's all for this week. Join me next week and we'll catch up then.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sandshark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
Ah, the adventures of Carlo and the USCB baseball team.
It's genius. It's like watching Shakespeare.
it's pretty good stuff. And, you know, Carlo came to us with the idea, and I was a little skeptical, and he's still, you know, getting his sea legs as far as being in front of the camera, I think. But the idea kicking around in his head is nothing short of brilliant, and he's just going to get better and better with his delivery, and I look forward to many, many more segments.
He's got great material, at least. He's selected good materials to work with. He's building on the shoulders of giants.
Yes,
I don't know what he's doing.
Poor Colin Tyndall. Poor Colin Tyndall.
We're
gonna have to get him some equal time.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think he did reach out to Carlo and say he'd like to be a part of the next one, and could he please make the questions something that he won't be the answer. Good old Tyndall. He's been a good sport about it, though. Absolutely a good sport about it. And he pitched well at Bruton Parker again the other day. I think he may have a 0 ERA, actually. He's given up some runs, but all unearned, I believe. So, yeah, catching up with Carlo is a good time. He's already working on his next one. He's going to try to get softball, talk to them about some of their dugout chants and how they originated and why they do them, and all that kind of stuff. So, and he got some feedback from his idol, Cabby. I don't know the guy's real name, but Cabby is a guy from Toronto who does kind of offbeat TV stories like that with the Blue Jays and the Maple Leafs and probably the Argonauts, I don't know, Raptors. And Carlo reached out to him and got a little feedback on it so he can hone his craft. So it's good stuff. We love seeing our students be a part of this program and get to do something that, you know, that excites them and hopefully prepares them for life after USCB when we cry at their graduation. I'll cry at Carlos.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That brings us to the end, I think, of another.
It does. We have to pick a Sandshark Bites Athlete of the Week. Official Sandshark Bites Athlete of the Week. And thanks to the rain, we had kind of slim pickings this week. Baseball got rained out over the weekend. Softball got rained out over the weekend. Baseball got in a couple on Tuesday, thank goodness. We had some good track and field performances, really good. In fact, Vecchio with a record in the school record in an A standard in the steeplechase. Some good golf performances. But we had one guy, a baseball player, who had a good performance on the mound, a good performance at the plate, and apparently he'd be really good in the woods, too. We have given it to Vecchio before this season, so in an effort to spread the wealth, I'm going with the triple threat, Justin Cortezas. He threw 4 scoreless innings at Bruton Parker, improved to 5-0 on the season on the mound. He hit a home run. He leads the team in homers, had a couple RBIs in Game 2, and apparently he could save everyone from being lost in the woods, which I think about, sounds like about half our team would be lost in the woods. And hopefully not more if we sent some of the others after him to look for him. And Cortezas could bring them all home, though. He's like the Indiana Jones of the team, I guess. He's a good old boy, and in every sense of the word, he's a good kid, and he's a little bit of a good old boy too. So, Justin Cortezas, International Man of Mystery, you are the Sandshark Bites Athlete of the Week. So congratulations. That's going to do it for another episode of Sandshark Bites. We'll be back here next week. We'll be talking about all the same stuff. We'll have baseball, softball, track and/or field, men's and women's golf. That should take care of it, right?
Yeah, we're well covered.
We'll have a lot to talk about. We hope you'll come along and listen to what we have to ramble on about. Until then, keep those fins up.